Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the EGL Summoner Shield number 15. My name is BounceNL, and I'm today casting with.
What's up, people? EGL Veteran here, and yeah, looks like a good game. Looks like a close game for once.
Yeah, because we tend to have a little bit of quick games, right?
Well, every single time I've casted so far in EGL for the last 3 weeks, I've ended up casting games that have been absolute one-sided stomps. And I'm hopefully looking forward to having more to say after about the 20-minute mark, other than, say, I rarely just deleted Kennen for the 20th time.
Hey, maybe we get a luck to cast a game about 80 minutes, but...
Oh, an 80-minute long game. That would be brilliant. I'd love to see what that devolved into. All the 6-item builds. You just want like all the late game champions. Although we're not going to get that much of it here. Nasus and Kassadin being banned out already. So there go the heavyweight late game champions. Unless Viger. I'd love to see some Viger one day.
Viger. I don't like Viger actually that much. He's so squishy, but the burst he can throw is way too much, in my opinion.
Nasus, man. Just one of the best comebacks I ever had in solo queue was when I was playing Nasus and we had a Viger as well. And all 3 of our inhibitors were down. They were just feeding us loads of farm for Viger to get his AP up and Nasus to get his Q up. But if you're talking about heavyweight late games, those are like the quintessential noob-friendly heavyweight on the late. Zed being banned out. Renekton. Ooh.
Renekton.
So the really unsurprising ban here is the Evelynn ban. She's so immensely strong in Season 4 with all the vision changes, and particularly with the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith changes. She basically has unlimited mana once she gets her initial jungle item within the jungle itself. It's really overpowered on Evelynn right now. Now that people are moving away from the Spirit of the Elder Lizard build and aren't so much encouraged to go towards it because it doesn't proc on magic damage anymore, and I want to make a big deal of this because I still see Evelyns in my games every now and again buying Spirit of the Elder Lizard. It's not proccing off your Q anymore. It's not even proccing off your E. So there's no real incentive to go for it with Spirit of the Spectral Wraith has been buffed so much. It's just 100% the best item for Evelynn right now. It's everything she needs. The vision changes, the nerfs to other junglers. Oh, we have Fresh coming. Oh, it's not gone to Anger Within.
No, don't. No. Why not a Nautilus? We want to see a Nautilus.
There's just all of these. Oh! Ah, yes! Bromelius is on this team. Okay, I might see Brolaf on Bromelius. I doubt it, but I might. Olaf's one of those jungling champions that has risen with Season 4. Olaf, not really a champion people put a lot into in Season 3, although after his rework, apparently he was quite a big deal in Korea, but in Season 4 definitely people... Is another really good one, although she was really strong with the assassin meta towards the end of Season 3. The ability of Vi to gank mid lane is unparalleled by any other jungler in the game, in my opinion. She worked so well with the assassin. I really hope he locks in that team. And that Zillion, with the assassin meta at the end of Season 3, but in Season 4 it's her clear time that makes her so good in the jungle. Stuff like Vi and Shyvana are working out really well, and Olaf for the same reason. They have good clear times, they have decent ganks. The only problem with Olaf, you have a bit of a scaling problem, whereas with Vi you can sort of get around that. Oh, I really wanted to see that Zillion. With Vi you can sort of get around that. If you get, say, a Black Cleaver, you can still be very relevant. That Teemo's not going to get locked in, is it? No matter how much I want it.
I think it should be a last-second switch, maybe.
Why are they doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me, guys? Please, no! 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 Oh, guys. Please. Okay, we're not seeing Teemo, but Teemo is very strong in Season 4 as well with the vision changes. Yes! Yes! Teemo! Yes! Please! Please! Unleash your anger within!
I think they all hear you and they're like, "Hey, let's troll veteran. Let's do this."
Nah. This is the best game of chicken you can have in League. Which side will actually lock in the Teemo? Once you go in with that champion, you never go back. Once you go in with Teemo, you have to go to something like Mundo or Singed. Just something universally annoying to people. Okay, I'm not sure what the second pick is going to be over here, but Sivir Vayne. Vayne was recently put on Doublelift's tier list as like the worst. Doug's, you better pick Teemo as the worst ADC you can have in Season 4. Whereas it's true she's received a lot of nerfs, her ultimate nerf the first time didn't really cut it, so they started going after her crowd control, which is something they should look into doing with, Kassadin, who we see banned over here. Jack's locked in, that's very strong. However, if you can get past her laning phase, so much Teemo. I'm going to get this out before I comment on Teemo. If you can get past her laning phase, she's still an immense threat. Even with her crowd control disabled, if she has a team that can protect her, and God knows Fresh is very good at that in lane at least, then she's still definitely a force to be reckoned with. Particularly against tanky teams, she'll be quite a good anti-Jax once she gets past the dodge, and a good anti-Vi and anti-Leona if she gets past it. The only reason people like Doublelift have put Vayne solo on their tier lists is because they don't think it's worth the risk anymore. Stuff like Sivir dominates lanes. Oh, we have a Rise. Oh, so is this going to be a Rise top then with an Orianna mid? We have double AP.
Ooh, that's sexy. That's really sexy.
I haven't seen Rise top for a while, mostly because after his range nerfs. Why are you guys doing this to me?
But
Mid lane Teemo would be quite good, sort of, against... No, it wouldn't be.
don't. I think they will shatter your
choice
dreams of that.
Gragas is a very good choice. But top lane Rise, after the range nerf, stopped being such a good pick for top lane. He hasn't really seen that much play since the nerfs. They're just simply better mid laners. But against something like Jax, Rise is a very good pick. He can halt Jax in place. His major form of attacks can't be dodged by Jax, and he has the late game scaling to attempt to match Jax, which is something that most Jaxes rely on to get behind in lane. That's fine, because by level 16 they'll outscale most other bruisers. Rise not so much. That's actually a very good pick against a Jax. Gragas, still hectically strong. Gragas, Orianna are probably, and Nidalee are probably the best, although Nidalee post rework, I guess you can't really call it a nerf, not so much, are probably the best champions coming out of the post assassin era. Anyway,
yeah, I really like the Rise sustain, by the way. Sustain is just lot, especially when he pops his ultimate. Get the lives you out of his spells.
Oh yeah, the spell vamp is ridiculous.
Wow.
Especially with the changes to Banshee's Veil and Spirit Visage that we saw a few patches ago, the removal of mana from Banshees, making it so it's not so much a necessary buy on Rise. People are able to just choose Spirit Visage 9 times out of 10, unless they're against a team with incredibly strong initiation, and their spell vamp just goes through the roof. Rise just absorbs everything. He just stands in the middle of it all, tanks it all, and deals incredible amounts of damage. Probably, I think, the combo that I'm really looking forward to see here would be Jarvan ult into Orianna Shockwave. If Jarvan can get a decent group of them stuck together, Orianna can go in, Shockwave, they've got a very good start to a team fight there. Rise will be able to get his ultimate out through all of them in one go with his E. That's probably the best combo here, but both these teams are actually fairly even. For once, I can't really call it. I can't really call it either way. They're going for different things, but they both have decent late game scaling. They both have quite a good mid lane. Orianna's very good in the mid lane, Jarvan's very good in the mid lane, and Sivir, Vi, brilliant. They have very good late game scaling with Jackson Rise on either side, Vayne as well. I guess if Vayne can make it through the laning phase, which will be horribly difficult with a Leona Sivir, so this is pretty much all down to one hero, then she should be able to deal the damage necessary to what is a fairly tanky team other than Sivir. And Vayne still, once she gets played at the Ruined King, she can 1v1 almost any champion in the game. The only difference being Sivir can pretty effectively run away.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit difficulties for myself.
Yeah, no problem. Interesting to see the teleport coming up of Rise, though. probably pretty well aware that Vayne is going to need all the help she can in a lane like this, particularly with the Vi ganks as well. On top of everything she's going to have to deal with there, Vayne's big thing has always been high mobile assassins, and whereas Vi is typically built a lot more tanky when it comes to rank 5s, in solo queue you can build her as an AD assassin a lot, and I love to do that, and she has the mobility to make Vayne's life hell. So they've got the teleport on Rise. They are intending to protect the Vayne throughout the laning phase. And Rise is going to hope he can get 1 or 2 kills, or definitely all the assists when he goes down in lane to compensate for Jax's free farm top. And we're getting in game.
Ah, yes! It works.
Okay, you're back in?
Yeah, sort of right now in the loading.
Excellent, so I can stop just completely talking to myself. Though I am a very interesting guy, have you know.
I'm sorry, but I still love you, don't worry. Thank you.
Both of these teams failed the chicken, though, you know. It doesn't work if neither of you pick Teemo. It's just bollocks.
Well, I really don't like Teemo, and I will never like him. I never like him. I will never
play him.
I will never play him. I won't even buy him.
You will love him if you play him, I guarantee.
Yeah, but I won't even buy him, so don't worry.
Why wouldn't you buy him, man? You need to know every champion in the game, inside and out.
Not a Teemo. All Teemos must die, you know it.
Teemo's ever so slightly overrated. I think he was only truly powerful when the Bruiser build was completely viable. Which kind of the real thing that got rid of the Bruiser Teemo phase was actually the changes to Warmogs. Not to Warmogs, the changes to Wriggles. And Wriggles stopped proccing on minions, and therefore you started buying it for wasted stats. Wriggles was the go-to of choice when you were against an AD heavy enemy. People like Rain Man and Fielder Teemo, etc., all got Wriggles on top lane Teemo. After that, you couldn't so much do it, and you started to see Rain Man move towards AP Teemo phases a lot, or just move away from Teemo entirely. That kind of killed Bruiser top Teemo, but Bruiser top Teemo could become the strongest 1v1er in the game. Built him right. Anyway, we're in.
Yeah,
there's no Teemo.
No, sadly not. And no, wait, happily I don't see a Teemo, but I wouldn't be too satisfied by casting Teemo, so yeah, I don't bother it anyways.
I would. How can you say no to that lovable face?
Ah, come on, it's a Teemo. Already the name says enough. Anyways, just like you said about the Teemo, I used to see it right now quite often. You see a Bruce Teemo top right now instead of an AP Teemo top. I've seen it quite a lot right now.
Bruiser Teemo? Yeah, you have to... The Trinity Force changes kind of brought Bruiser Teemo back very briefly. I played a bit of Bruiser Teemo when Trinity Force was still had the same stats for range as it did for melee. But all the build options you used to have with Bruiser top Teemo just aren't there anymore. It's just not really worth it. AP Teemo with the 0.7 scaling on his E from level 1. It's just the way to go, especially with the Doran's changes in Season 4 and the vision changes. Your mushrooms have such a spectacular presence in lane now post level 6. AP Teemo is truly the only way to build Teemo these days. I just don't like it so much anymore because I like to AFK top lane split pushing and no one could catch me, and if they did I was like Mundo for a bit.
Yeah, that's why you probably play Nasus sometimes.
Oh yeah, pretty much all my top lane roster is just hectic and mega tanks. Love it. Anyway, standard level 1 I see.
Yeah, just warding over the spots a little bit, securing the buffs, but no invades happening, so just a little safe early stages of the game actually. So yeah.
Jarvan's starting red. So we probably will see a top lane gank at level 3, I'm not sure. Smite's going out, that's another major thing about Season 4. You actually use your smites now on the first buff. Smiteless doesn't exist. If you're still doing Smiteless, you're doing it the slow way. Your smite will be back up in time for your second buff. Typically, there are two routes that junglers are using these days. They either go straight from their first buff to the second buff and do a Wraith camp and go B, or they go buff, camp, buff, and then gank, and then go B. But typically, jungle right now is a lot more to do with farm. By 4 minutes, most people's trinket wards will have worn off again, and so until 4 minutes, there's not that much of a point in ganking any lane, since everybody has a ward these days.
Yeah, luckily everyone got a ward right now, so the support doesn't need to buy all the board set all the time. So it saves up a lot of time for the supports and being able right now to stay in the team fights. But Jax is going deep onto Ryze, throwing down a lot of damage, but the minions also throw down damage on Jax.
Well, Jax himself can't exactly tank through Ryze's damage like he could a standard AD top laner. His dodge isn't going to be very effective here. That's typically something a Jax would take at level 1. He is forced to trade damage with Ryze or get poked down. Ooh, gank.
Yeah, Jarvan going after Jax, and Vi jumps in, but Jax goes after Ryze, jumps into Ryze, ignites onto Ryze, Ryze will get away, Jax will get away, and Vi simply smacks onto Jarvan.
There are so many minions on the purple side right now that Ryze almost died from that. I was fully expecting him to die, but they were almost able to force Jax out of lane. Yep, Jax is being forced out of lane 100%. That was a quite good counter gank by Vi. It was almost certain. Oh, bot lane.
Great death sentence landed by Thresh, but it's Leona. She's not the one you want to use your death sentence on. You want to use your death sentence onto Sivir, if she fails to shield it, of course. So that will be the big question in the bot lane. Will Thresh lands the death sentence on Sivir?
Quite curious about the choice of Leona versus Thresh. It would be great for her to try to stop a Vayne late game, but really everything Leona tries to do to a Thresh or to a Vayne, Thresh can kind of counter, to be honest. He can just flay Leona off. He can throw up his ult when Leona goes in. There's not really too much that Leona can do to a Thresh, so I'm pretty sure they're thinking more about how they're going to counter a late game Vayne here.
Yeah, definitely. And you can also see that on the mid lane and bot lane they are playing a little bit safer. No heavy aggressive style going on right now. That's only happening on the top lane. And Vi is looking for a gank on the top lane. But yeah, nothing much happening right now.
Bot lane is going to be a passive lane until Sivir and Leona say otherwise. They want Vayne to get through the laning phase. She's typically always been one of those champions where if you break even in the laning phase, you technically won it. Top lane, both Ryze and Jax are under the same thing, so something has to give up there. That's why it has so much jungler attention. Bottom lane, they're quite happy to just stay as they are, except they're going to go aggressive.
Ooh. The lantern comes from Thresh. Thresh misses the anticipation on the death sentence, and yeah, the EQ combo from Jarvan was pretty short though, but okay, it was a good attempt. He showed his presence.
I can imagine Thresh and Jarvan there just trying to act all cool, being like, yeah, okay, we got this, alright, it's time to go aggressive, right, go, and Vayne just sat there the entire time, like, guys, I just want to farm, and then Thresh just starts throwing out his hook, like, okay, oh, no, wait, yeah, you're Vayne, okay, never mind, going back.
Well,
he tried, a message.
I have to say, Thresh tried a good MetLife hook, but it wasn't that good after all.
And then the owner will go, here, damn! That's one of those so bad they're good examples. They should be trying to juke you, but they're... Oh, top lane.
Yeah, Jax really playing it aggressive, but he has the minions right now on his side, so if he wants to engage and Ryze overextends a little bit, Ryze will definitely lose the trade onto Jax. That's one thing for sure.
He has a level advantage because he's been pushing lane all the time. You can just see this immense minion wave that Ryze doesn't have yet.
Ooh, I have to say the leap strike he throws down, and every time he throws down the counter strike, Ryze has a chunk of his health gone, but Ryze has the life
Mid
steal
lane.
soon. Oh, gank has happened on the mid lane. Orianna uses the ultimate onto Gragas. Gragas will try to be able to get away. Yes, he uses a body slam. Vi gets the ignite off it. Vi, she will be picked up by Orianna. And Gragas just happily dances off back to base. Sadly, his teammate died.
Gragas has been drinking, but Vi acted a bit drunk there. There was a bit of a muck up in terms of awareness. Orianna's shockwave was absolutely beautiful though, perfectly timed. Despite having no mana, she knew that she just got the ignite and a couple of autos off. Jarvan could have followed it up with the Q. That was pretty much a guaranteed kill the moment Vi went in there. Little bit too deep when you don't know where the Jarvan is. Vi's burning teleport to go into top lane. He really needs to catch up with Jax right now. Jax has a full level on him and has been farming for ages. Really, he could go aggressive on Ryze if he wanted to. But
yeah,
I hope he's
definitely.
gonna play it safe.
And also, by the way, how many times does it happen? You see a first blood right now on 7 minutes and 30 seconds in one of your casting games.
7 minutes, 30 seconds. To be fairly honest, quite a lot, but then second, third, and fourth bloods generally follow up rather a lot faster than it is right now. Ooh, Fresh going with the hook. Not quite landing.
The map
Vayne's
I
level
played.
6, to be honest. If ever you wanted to go in, you wanted to go in now. And your Vayne has her pretty hectic ultimate, and neither of them have theirs. Or you wait until Vayne gets Blade of the Ruined King.
Seems they just want to play it a little bit passively till Trash lands his dance sentence.
I'd say they'd be waiting for Vayne to finish that Blade of the Ruined King she's building. It's just such an immense leap in power. You really want to wait for that anytime. Ooh, top lane?
Yeah, Jax goes in with the leap strike, uses his counter strike right now, but no, Ryze will be getting away, as usual, but seems Vi is trying to look for a gank.
He could have risked that. He had his jungler coming and Ryze was low on mana.
And Vi is level 6, has her assault and battery up, so she could just have leaped right in using all her skills and then pop him up, but didn't seem like it. But Jarvan also looking for a gank right now, so we might see a T2 as Jarvan shows his presence in the lane. Vi switches as well, and then now in the mid lane we get to see a little bit of action right now. Action happening everywhere all the time.
Okay, key thing here, top lane. Jax got Ryze's ultimate down. It's only going to be down for a few more seconds, but Jax's ultimate is still up. If they want to make a play, they want to make it right now.
I think they are both
Right
going
now.
to wait.
Anytime.
No, not gonna
Jarvan
happen.
going in for some counter jungling.
Not gonna happen.
Nothing's happening. Ryze's ultimate is back up. So my Q was missed there, guys. What are you doing?
I wasted a lot of time, by the way, in the top lane. She stood there for almost 2 minutes, I guess.
She's suffering. She's seeing that her jungle's gone, but she knows she's not far behind. Oh, there's a bit of hide and seek action going on here.
Chased
Jarvan
away. And Jax just simply jumps over and uses Counter-Strike, but going a little bit too deep in the tower, and Ryze doesn't have any mana, so he won't be able to pick up the kill onto Jax. It seems that a beautiful ultimate landed from Leona, and now ultimate from Trash landed as well. Everyone walks through it. The exhaust landed onto Sivir. Vayne will be trying to go after Sivir, but no, she changes focus onto Leona, but everyone gets back safely all the time. No kills are straight every time.
That's the real power of Sivir right there. When you basically have a Chevaliers or a Talisman, I guess as the cool kids are calling it these days, every single time your ultimate is up, you just have the ability to disengage, and to disengage for your team at any point. So if it's a sticky situation, Sivir can just get away. There's not really too much they can do about it unless they have an immense amount of CC on her already. Or until Vayne has the burst to take her down in the middle of that CC. Jax burned his flash up top a little bit needlessly as Jarvan went in to try to pick up the kill. So Jax's flash is down. That's going to be a pretty significant development top.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say that Jax is doing quite good in farm though, forcing Ryze every time back from his lane a little bit, just leeching the experience a little bit, because he can throw down so much burst at the moment, and Yeah, I have to say, Jax keeps up well versus Ryze, and I hope to see a little bit of action quite soon. Jarvan looking for a gank onto the bot lane. Walks after Leona.
Oh!
Trash flashes in, uses the flay on Sivir. Sivir uses her shield, but no, it won't be enough as Jarvan uses his ultimate onto Sivir and will pick up the kill. And Vi just looking a little bit fancy in the lane.
I'm gonna go in. No, no, not going in there. Definitely not. Just had to be certain. You know, it might have been an opportunity presenting itself in the next few minutes. Who knows? But the thing with the top lane though is ooh, actually, there's a fight going on.
Yeah, Jax tries to go after him, but Ryze uses his mobility trying to dodge all the counter strikes, but he is doing quite well, I have to say.
For a champion that really relies on sticking to people so much, Jax, Ryze's power being transferred into mobility rather than just straight up overall damage is probably quite a bad thing for him. Ryze actually has the potential to be able to kite to Jax and get away from him at this point in time, especially as Jax doesn't have anything into mobility. He started with Sheen, he hasn't got with Phage first, he hasn't got even tier 1 boots, and Ryze already has boots and the speed boost from his ultimate.
Yeah, and a little bit of trading off goes on, and Ryze winning the trades all the time. Needs to watch out with the prisms a little bit though.
But Jax is getting ready. He has not burned his ultimate any of the times he's going in. He's not intending to go for the kill. He's just intending to throw some harass down, trying to get Ryze low enough so that he knows he can use his power to kill him. Jax needs to knock Ryze out of the game. He can't afford to be item baited here. If he's forced to buy, say, Spirit Visage instead of a Randuin's first, and this Vayne continues to be in the winning lane, that's going to be incredibly bad news for him later on, as he builds for Ryze and ends up getting destroyed by the Vayne. Whereas Ryze just doesn't have this problem. Against Jax, he can happily build his Frozen Heart, and if Sivir goes balls to the wall or Vi starts getting fed, he's fine. He just has to worry about a mid lane, which right now is in Orianna's favour. Every single time that they trade, Orianna wins. She's up in farms, she's up in kills. Ryze is quite happy where he is right now. He can afford to keep it even, Jax can't.
Yeah, Ryze, the skills very well into late game, and as I mentioned before, his sustain is immense, especially with his ultimate having the spell vamp, so they need to shut him down quite early, as you mentioned. And Jax also skills well into the late game, but he needs his advantage right now. And it seems that Vi is going to look for a gank. Jarvan going back and Ryze going back as well, so not gonna happen.
If Vayne continues winning the bottom lane, and Jax has had to buy Spirit Visage to counter Ryze and to stay in the game a bit, then, you know, he's not going to have the anti-Vayne item versus a fed Vayne, which is just not what you want. I know it's only 1 assist on the Vayne, but that's a very big deal. When Vayne is known as a champion who snowballs excessively well, and she snowballs all the way into late game. They haven't done anything about her incredible late game advantages yet. They've only done stuff about her CC. They haven't dealt with the fact that she's dealing true damage every third shot. When you have a champion like that, you can see why Riot would do everything they could to make her laning phase hell. Ooh.
The hooks.
The hooks indeed.
Well, if Thresh needs to land one of these hooks, and we might see some action. But that's the question, if he lands them. Yeah, basically not much happening all the time. It's just a very passive game. Reminds me of the good old Season 2, where nothing happened and everyone just happily farmed.
Well, right now, Boss is exactly where they want to be, and Vi has been set behind by a mid lane kill, and Vi really needs to make something happen here. Boss are perfectly happy where they are. If everything stays as it is, they will scale into the mid game better than their opponents right now. And they have no need to make any aggressive plays. They can just keep on farming up, keep on getting stronger and stronger from this position that they have. It's all down to this Vi. And she's bot lane. She wants to turn this around.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yes. And Leona goes in, throws down the ultimate, uses the Xenoblade, but the gate flay from Thresh prevents her, and then again, as well, the condemn puts her away on their place. So,
And this is what I
nothing
meant earlier. It's a curious choice throwing Leona into Vayne when Fresh can just flay away anything that you throw in.
And yeah, another hook missed, but
Do I really have to comment on it every single time that happens?
I'm sorry, can't help it. But okay, I do have to say, by the way,
Yep.
we're now 50 minutes in, and no turrets have been taken.
No, but when a push happens, a push will happen. Civ is top lane aggressive.
Yes, Jax going deep onto Ryze. Ryze pops his ultimate as well, flashes away, but Jax won't be able to pick up the kill.
He could have got that if he'd thrown his Ignite down to counter Ryze's spell vamp and then gone in. He could have done it. That was 100% a kill for Jax. And I'm not exactly sure if my spectator's bugged, because it looked to me like, oh, he's got it!
Ooh, Jax going deep onto Ryze. Uses the tower, flashes away, will be able to pick up the kill. Right on the bot lane, Jarvan goes in as well. By being content under the tower range. A lot of damage have been thrown down, but Vi will be picked up right now. Leona staying in deep right now in between of the three champions. Uses her ultimate to safety, but no, fail. She doesn't get to flash over the wall. And she's picked up by Vayne.
Jax is ahead now, though. If he can press that advantage, he can move straight onto Randuin's after his Blade of the Ruin King and Trinity Force, and he really wants that, because Vayne just got fed. And they can pick up a Drake off of this as well.
Wow. So much happening in a short amount of time. Taking up Dragon puts them ahead right now. A lot of ahead. Maybe if they do it right, they can push towers in now or between now or 5 minutes. So curious what they will do with this little advantage they have right now.
When you go with the Geo AP setup, what you have done is you have put pressure on top lane depending on what happens on the bottom lane. Top lane is typically seen to be an island, and the only real way that you can apply pressure there is to make them build for what they're going to meet when they come out of that island, when they finally get back to shore and the real world, and all of the women aren't thinking of them as heroes but spitting on them. And in this case, Vayne is going to be spitting hellfire on Jax. He wants to press his advantage while he has it. He doesn't want this Ryze to be powerful. Lord knows he already has an Orianna he has to deal with, but he can't afford to waste his money on magic resist when he needs a Randuin. He needs the anti-Vayne item, because Vayne is fed now. That's a fed Vayne. That's the best possible thing they want. They're going to end up using Sivir's ultimate to disengage and to give away towers and just to survive, rather than the full offense that they want. And Jax has gone in.
Wow, Jax throws down a lot of damage onto Ryze, but Ryze will be able to play it safe. Tries to bait down Jax a little bit. Jax, hey, there's Jarvan. Let's walk away and be a little bit safer. But yeah, wards everywhere, so no, Jarvan, you won't be able to get your gang going.
He can't afford for this gank by Jarvan to ever succeed, even though he probably has the ability to at least make a good fight out of it, maybe pick up a kill, maybe escape afterwards. His flash is down, his ignite is down, he doesn't want to risk it, and I don't blame him. I feel rather sorry for Jax every now and again. He's 500 gold up on a... No, he's not. He's only 300 gold up on 200 gold up actually on Ryze. Oh, sorry, I have it all ordered wrongly on my screen. But he's only a couple of hundred gold up on Ryze, but he needs to do what he can with that advantage. The Mercury's treads will allow him to stick to Ryze a lot more. Hopefully the E's won't matter so much from Ryze. Ooh, mid lane, Orianna has pushed Gragas right the way back.
Yeah, Greg is having a real hard time in the mid lane versus Orianna. Orianna has the range, of course, and Jax again going deep and smashes their skulls with the stick. So yeah, going in, uses the leap strike, counter strike, but no, won't be able to pick up a kill. Jarvan going after, uses his ultimate onto Jax. Jax uses a ward and leap strike, trying to get away. Flash used and yes! Jarvan will be picking up a kill as Vi looking for a gank on the mid lane. And Orianna's like, ha, you can't kill me. Here, have an auto attack.
Probably not the best way to go.
So yeah, things are happening right now. Jax almost got away, but I have to say, well played anyways.
Yeah, he did what he could. He attracted so much pressure to himself top lane though, because they know if he can get the top lane snowballing, they have effectively won the mid game. They've effectively won the game in general if they can play their team fights right. Vi knew though that Jarvan was top lane, and I'm not saying she should have gone up and saved Jax or anything. Or Spell Shield, or Civi's Spell Shield, just saves her from Thresher's engage there. But Vi could have used that time to make something happen in other lanes. Orianna was pushing immensely, and Vi, probably the best champion for ganking mid lane, never really took advantage of that. She had a free kill there whenever she wanted, but she's just safely farming now. Which is not really what you want. Orianna's able to roam now, she's taken the turret. Gragas has never been able to roam this entire game, despite the fact bottom lane definitely needs some help. It's quite a bad position for this team. It's a very good position for Boss.
I have to say that the fight as well doesn't have any real presence in the whole game, actually. You can see that that the blue side can do whatever they feel like. Boss crew doing pretty well in the game.
Pretty well is an understatement. They've got the first 2 towers of the game, they're 4 kills over, the gold difference favours them by 4,000, over 4,000, 4,300, if you want to be really technical about it. Vi finally getting a gank off, burns a flash, going.
Nope, nope, nope.
Nope, nothing happening.
That's right.
Orianna just doesn't have to care right now, why should she? There's a level 14 Gragas and a level 11 Vi, and she's fed.
Orianna throws down so much damage, I have to say as well. She has a great amount of CS. And 2 ultimates have burned down now by Vi and by Gragas, so will they look for a kill right now? Orianna going deep onto Gragas. Gragas uses his body slam, this means there's an opportunity for... Wow, the combo of the command shockwave and the cataclysm really hurting Gragas, and it will be picked up by Orianna. I have to say, great combo by these two. Well played.
You know, we didn't even see it to its fullest potential. Gragas was gone the moment that the shockwave entered. The Cataclysm might have been a bit overkill, but that is definitely a preview of things to come. They have their team fight down, they know what to do. They just have to capitalise on this immense advantage that they have. And notice the item baiting, despite the fact that Ryze and Orianna are ahead in lane. Orianna by a long shot right now. Vi has had to go Ninja Tabi to a Chain Vest, which will probably go into a Thorn Mail. She wasn't able to go Boots of Mobility, which would allow her to roam around the map and try to make plays happen where they need to happen. She's having to build for Vayne. Top lane was item baited. The Jax has been item baited to have to build for the Ryze, Merc Treads instead of Ninja Tabi. I mean, Tenacity is good and all, but Vayne is the real threat right now. Jax is going to be ill-prepared. Vi is going to be ill-prepared for Ryze and Orianna. They're in the worst possible position they can be in. Boss has them in the best possible position that they want them in right now.
Yeah, definitely. Ryze can split boost. He has to teleport, so they might look for either a tower or a dragon. As they started up the dragon right now, playing it a little bit safe, trying to kite it a little bit out of the pit, and almost will be able to pick up the dragon, but no, it fails, and Thresh will be picked up.
Nice.
Wow, they all just get burnt so hard, and Jarvan going in deep, use the perfect EQ combo, will be able to pick up the kill right now onto Vi and Saver, and Vayne will be able to pick up the
Quadra!
Penta! Give her a Penta, guys! Go for it! Yes, he's going deep, balls deep onto it, and...
Oh!
No! Scumbag Ryze picks up the kill!
No! No, Scumbag Ryze!
Ryze steals the kill and Vayne dies. It was a great try, though, but...
It's a great try, an amazing quadra kill from Vayne, the best... The only way that could have been even more perfect for Boss would have been if they'd stolen the Drake away from PS, which they weren't quite able to. You could see them revving up for it, though. Ryze coming in to save everything. They almost got all the way out with no deaths whatsoever. Civic going a little bit too deep. Vi just caught in the middle of it all. Does not have the ability to tank everything that's going at her. Vayne is overfed right now. All of them can take that immense team fight to the bank and just throw damage on them. It's our curse, man. I think this might be turning into another one of those,
The good old stomps?
Well, you said it, not me.
Well,
We'll
it's
see what
only
happens.
just a 5k difference, so you may be able to get a few plays out of them. Maybe they catch a few out. Who knows?
5k a tower and 8 kills.
The difference is big, but hey, who knows? We will see. Maybe Jax or Gragas will get a penta. Who knows? Don't see
Who
it happen
knows?
though.
What they really want right now is for this Jax to get kills. Sivir will be able to have a really good presence with her engage-disengage ultimate, but they really need this Jax to carry them through. Someone who can stick to the Vayne. Maybe Vi, but Vi isn't exactly building damage. She can only pill for a Jax right now. And Jax going aggressive.
Yeah, Jax going after Ryze. Ryze flashes away, and Ryze just goes back happily farming in the lane. As Vayne picks up another turret.
They're just facing their advantages in each lane. What more is there to do? Orianna can bully this Gragas all day. Not quite sure what Vi is doing. If she's anticipating a Baron, or wants to go Golems, or...
I think she can't make any decision if she should gank or not.
What is there to gank? There wouldn't be too much of a follow-up. Oh, and there's a pause coming out. There we go. Pause did come out from Vi, so maybe a little bit of lag. Not sure.
Oh. Don't tell me. Are they really going for it? Are you reading this?
Wow.
I'm literally face palming right now.
1A. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
It is 20 minutes in and it's slightly one-sided. If they really need to do this.
Sometimes you just need to loosen the pressure. But okay,
Okay, so do you want to fully analyse the situation, or analyse what the presence of a Teemo might do here, for example?
a Teemo will probably go near Baron, and I think Baron will be like, hey, that's a fuzzy little cookie, I'll eat it. And bam, gone is Teemo. Because everyone wants to see a Teemo die.
Let's think,
Mike.
which champion would Teemo be replacing right now? Would Teemo be replacing... Let's say Teemo is on PS's side. Is Teemo replacing Jax, Vi, Sivir? We have seen AD carry Teemos recently. Saigon Sentinels, I do believe is their name. Their AD carry has actually managed to elicit the first ever Teemo ban in a Professional League of Legends event against him for playing AP Teemo on the bot lane. And it actually works incredibly well for him. Teemo's lack of range is made up for by his speed, his mobility, and his blind. He's actually effectively able to 1v1 a lot of AD carries because they can't get their shots off on him. Combined with the crowd control of his support, you know, an ADC Teemo might be doing quite well against a Vayne, no matter how fed she is, because she still needs to get those 3 shots off. What can you do if the fuzzy little Yodel's, you know, stopping you getting all your shots?
I still think Vayne would rip Teemo.
Okay, there you go. They are ready. They are ready. Old style bruiser Teemo late game wouldn't lose to a Vayne, man. I know this from experience. Vayne's like, condemn! Wait, nothing's coming out! I can't shoot you! And then you just kite her through streams and she dies.
Yeah,
And
but
we're
then
back.
that's why you need to use your condemn into a wall, and not just plainly in the open area.
But Teemo's got his E off on you beforehand. I mean, his Q is his blind. Yeah, his Q off on you beforehand. And just from a bit of delay, the blind's gone off on you, and you know your condemn's being wasted, and Teemo's kiting you. And we're
what
back
if
in
you
the game.
just used one auto attack beforehand, so the blind just is used already, and then you use your condemn?
No, it doesn't matter, because in my version, Teemo has 4,000 health by now, and she'll only get like 1,000 out of it, and Teemo will just pop Randuins, pop Bork, and run off, and you'll be very annoyed.
Okay, you win.
Teemo
You
always
win this
wins,
round.
man. Teemo always wins.
No, Teemo never wins.
Teemo will always win.
Okay, anyways.
Except for this game, because he's not here.
Yay. Yeah, I'm quite happy
Your
with
celebration is my tier, man.
Woohoo! Alright, now, I still feel sorry for you, bro.
Why do you feel sorry for me? I've been enlightened by the good news of our Lord and Saviour.
Well, what about Nautilus?
What about Nautilus? Oh, I could have just done a lot of jokes with Bortilus. But unfortunately, Bortilus had to go Vi. I'll still call him Bortilus if you want. Vi and Jarvan. Jarvan's just scoping out this Vi here. Vi's like, nope. So this is a full-on aggression. They're looking for a team fight. They have the ability to make plays wherever they want to. They're fully capable of say, oh, Vi's wrong turn.
Almost.
Almost.
I have to notice, by the way, the warding Boss Crew has is quite good.
Oh yeah. Well, they can go wherever they want right now. They're fairly confident. The vast majority of them, except for Fresh, have the kills. Rise has gone the 2 Rod of Ages build, so he's confident he can tank whatever comes his way, whatever little comes his way, as all of the kills are just on Jax right now. If they can keep track of Jax, they can pretty much freely roam and ward. Whereas PS, they're just trapped for now. They have nothing to do but wait for Boss to mess up, and that's not likely to happen with all the vision that they have, as you say.
They really stay well together. Yeah, Arise, he has to teleport, so he can teleport right in, and there's plenty of wards to go into, right?
If he even has to. The immense amount of damage that Vayne and Orianna can do in a 4 versus 5 might just total them anyway. They had such an open area for strategy, with a split pushing Rise as the potential if they were behind, but now that they are ahead, a split pushing Rise is just going to be horrible for these guys. You have Rise getting bigger and bigger on top lane. He's in no rush to go down unless he's absolutely has to. And it's very unlikely that he will absolutely have to, unless they manage to make picks first, preferably on the Vayne, maybe on the Orianna, so they don't have as effective an engage. Who knows, but right now, I don't really think only having 4 people mid lane is going to be too much of a problem, but now there's only 3 people under that tower, and there's all 5 of them mid.
Yeah.
They can't contest.
Standard stands right beautifully there, and they all just line up right around it. And okay, they get the tower, and then they back off. We're going to
The moment
play
Jack
a little
showed
bit.
himself top lane, they knew they had a tower there.
I think they're going to play this a little bit of hit and run, getting the objectives, trying to be as safe as possible and not trying to throw the game, because they know they are far ahead right now.
Yeah. There's no rush. They have a scaling advantage anyway. They can go and pick up Drake. You know, just keep doing objectives. Just because they're not taking towers doesn't mean they have to be idle.
Seems that Standard Gaming is playing it quite safe. Gives them all the reason.
No.
Don't tell me the same thing again. Don't tell me.
Hey, and Vi again.
And it's unpaused.
Toilet, I was talking on the...
Yeah, it's quite normal.
Okay, fair enough, you know. I use a phone, I'd use Skype if I was communicating with my clan during a game. Much the phone, I'd rage call.
If you got an old school Nokia, you have to sit with your head a little bit in an odd direction and then just try to smash all the buttons and try to get all the kills. But
I used to GeoQueue with a real life friend when I was back in Bronze, and he never his laptop was worse than mine was at that point, and mine at that point was pretty bad. I've got a new one now and it's beautiful, but back then he was running LoL on like 20 FPS, and if he ran any other applications with it, LoL would just crash, and consequently he had to run Skype on his Kindle while I was talking to him. Yeah, absolutely everything. But I always found that quite funny that I have to communicate with my friend through his fucking Kindle while we're playing LoL. I could just imagine this Jax being in a similar position, like, yeah, I just have to talk on my Kindle or something.
Okay, it's the new generation of using team communication, I think.
Oh yeah. Kindles do everything these days. I don't even know why they bother calling the new ones Kindles. They're just iPad wannabes and tablets, really. I miss the old Kindles. Do you ever have a Kindle?
No, I never tried one actually, but I know what it is. And I'm not really a big fan of the pads and all that kind of stuff. I just have my regular Samsung S3 and I'm fine with that.
Fair enough, man, but I know. I just bought it for reading books. Yeah. There's precious little to talk about this game, guys. That's why we're on the subject of Kindle.
Sorry, we're just getting a little bit dragged off.
We're waiting for something to happen here. They haven't even gone in to clear the ward. They have no way of doing that.
Yeah, they're just playing it a little bit safe. It's the farm game, trying to catch one other out, but it's not happening. Everyone's sticking good together. Although
there's no Baron dance, nothing happening. There's more pink wards on the blue on the boss side than there is on the PS side. I mean, PS are the ones who want to be claiming back the vision. They're the ones who want to be countering. We might see an engage going in. They have 5 people.
Yes, goes in after, and Leona uses her ultimate.
That's
for
probably their best.
Trish flashes and lands the death sentence onto Vi. We'll be going after them. Gregor's being caught out by the Cataclysm, but uses his body slam to get away from it. Vi will be picked up, and Gregor's uses his ultimate into the middle of the group. Wow, Sivir almost barely being able to get away, and Leona gets picked up by Vayne into the wall, and bam. 2 kills.
They're going to push this as hard as they can. For a moment there, I thought Vayne went a little bit too far deep, and that Jax might be able to pick her up. But she's positioning herself really well there. She picked up the kill on Vi and she ran off. She just kept on poking down whoever was closest. She's powerful. She has the positioning. She's such a force to be reckoned with right now. This game is more or less done. We've got the first inhib down.
Yeah, Riven really showing the good mechanics of how to play a Riven. So yeah.
Yes, the Vayne is showing us how to play a Riven.
God damn it! I had a Riven last game, so that's probably why I'm confused right now.
So Vayne mechanics, the Vayne mechanics. Just picture double lift.
Mechanics.
Picture double lift. Now picture a typical YouTube video with double lift in it. Now try to picture what the title would be. There you go. Now you have Vayne mechanics in your head.
Awesome.
Or if you're me, you have Get Wrecked in your head right now. But, you know, this works for most people.
I'd rather go for Get Wrecked.
Baron!
Yes, the throw zone has been used right now.
It was not exactly a throw.
Yeah, they are already behind, so last-ditch effort.
Vi has an immense level disadvantage onto Jarvan. Jarvan can just get in there, wait to smite it.
Jarvan, you got it!
It's not too impressive when you...
Cataclysm into the group right away, and Shockwave lands beautiful on everyone, as Leona will be picked up, and Vayne doing tons of damage, but will be picked up right now. This is a horrible fight going on, and Vi being able to kite it away, and she will be picked up. As Sivir doing a little bit of work, but won't be able to pick up the kill. All to Rise.
So many shields, so many shields. I will have to say, that was a bit of a last-ditch Baron attempt. Really, the moment they were spotted, it was over. I know you had a little bit of a good jizz at that, but let's face it, Jarvan had a 2-level advantage over Vi. The moment they were spotted, it was over. Jarvan could tank their damage. He could just jump in. He waited for a little bit and then smited it when it was his smite to take. Vi had no way of outsmiting that. 2-level disadvantage. It was just...
Wow.
They could have ended on that. They could have tried. If they had more AD up, I'm sure they would have.
I still have to say, it was a great effort made by Standard Games, but not being able to
so
pick
close.
up the kill. Vayne suddenly got bursted down quickly, I have to say.
Oh well,
she got a little bit out of position.
Can you blame them? Vayne was 9-1-4 before that, with 300 farm. I'd focus.
Yeah, but she's now 9-2. see it die 2 times now.
Oh, we have a Zephyrs. We have a Zephyrs being built. Oh,
Wow.
she's going to build a Nashor's tooth, who knows. But I'm anticipating a Zephyrs from this.
And that would be awesome. The amount of attack speed. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you'll notice the disclusion of any sort of armor pen. There's no Last Whisper from her, or the very niche Black Cleaver that some ADCs build, typically Draven. But she's just relying completely on her true damage to get through what is, let's face it, it's a fairly tanky team. Gragas gets quite tanky, Leona's very tanky these days, she's building up her Randuins as we speak, Vi's very tanky, Jax is very tanky, he's got his Randuins already. You know, she just needs to get through this immense health that they've got. A Zephyrs will do that, and the Zephyrs will effectively counter their ability to chase her down, what with Sivir's ultimate and Jax's ability to stick and Vi's mobility. You know, more mobility, more attack speed, more of those triple shot W's that she wants to get off. This is a force to be reckoned with. Just starting with the Stinger. You're going to see some immense changes here. And she has a Guardian Angel now. She has a Guardian Angel as well. I think this game's probably going to be one in the next team fight. Maybe I don't really want to call it yet. Maybe who knows what we'll see. But they have the Baron buff. They have the power.
They
can
should
stay
be
here all
trying
day.
to make a play. They should be trying it.
No need. They can wait here all day. They have minions pushing in top, minions pushing in mid. They had to separate to clear the minions. They've got to tell it.
The last inhibitor. Sivir uses her ultimate and seems they are going to look for a fight. Fight chases them a little bit down. And yes, goes after Trash. That's the wrong one. And by Jax, by Vi, and it's by Leona. And Greg is being called out as well. And
that Quadra?
They just got melted. They got melted.
Over. That is the game. A very definitive team fight to close this out. Sivir's still alive. Jarvan doesn't really care. Nor do any of them. Pretty much no damage being taken right now. That's the game.
See my Penta. No Penta this game.
No Penta. Sadly. Almost a Penta. A flawless game for mid lane Orianna though. 3-0 15. 187 far. She did not have the most kill participation on her team. That honor went to Jarvan. He'll be very happy with that. On the bottom lane, that game is pretty much decided. To be honest. You could see how it was going. You could see how ill-prepared Jax would be for both the magic damage from Orianna and the Vice, who was just going to get more hench as the game went on. And the immense damage that Vayne would be outputting, he'd have to make a choice, but he'd end up melted either way. Double AP still works, man. Double AP still works. This is some old school Season 3 stuff, if that is indeed old school.
Well, you can call it old school right now, yeah, since has happened.
The new
Yeah, it was a great game to cast, and we will be back shortly with the next game, and it will be you and Smitty, I guess, casting it.
Yes, I will be returning with Smitty, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you lovely people very, very soon.
Alright, people. See you next time, and stay tuned.